recognize how vulnerable you are as a city to something catastrophic as a Category 5 storm. People don't remember this, but Katrina missed New Orleans. I mean, it missed it. So when the levees broke, that created a dynamic that no one ever thought would happen. You got to be able to react to any situation.
Houston is rising to the challenge of an unprecedented domestic refugee situation. People are helping people in many ways. Houston is rising to the challenge. This is a national issue. Houston is not the only place to which refugees will be directed. The logistical support and the contingency planning is work in progress with people at all levels of government.
What I do on a daily basis is to perform day-to-day operations. What that means is when people have garbage out, they want their garbage picked up on time. They have potholes, they want their potholes fixed. When there's signal lights in the city out, they want their signal lights fixed. So anything and everything having to do with what the citizens of Houston expect on a daily basis for making sure it gets done properly, service deliverables to the community is what I'm responsible for.
I'll talk to him.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
The levels of service to me should be the same wherever you are in the city of Houston, no matter which tax bracket you're in. It's just as simple as that.
The tragedy which is ongoing in New Orleans, we're doing our best to make sure that when people get to Houston, that they have a decent place to stay. There's many shelters out there that we're preparing for this evening. Next facility is the George R. Brown Convention Center. This is an emergency, and the people of this region will respond in appropriate fashion.
Within a 12-hour period, we were blowing up mattresses, setting up this virtual hospital, and I think we had like 8 running showers with curtains and hot water within 12 hours.
The mayor's office committed considerable resources to seeing to it that the George R. Brown was converted into a humanitarian shelter. We canceled all shows, conventions, meetings for 30 days.
at 8 o'clock that evening, the entire building had been transformed into a shelter, a fully functional Red Cross certified shelter. We were sort of a city within these 4 walls. Through the mayor's office, all of that was done seamlessly.
About 11:30 or so that evening, we started with our first people. There were some people who were already here. They never saw Katrina. They got out. They had their cars. They had their IDs. They had their essentials.
Before they even arrived, we started working on a daily newspaper called The Survivor. Terence Fontaine gave us original instructions to get moving on that, and it was a simple publication that conveyed news of what's going on, where things could be found, what facilities were available.
The next day was quite a bit different. We started seeing some of the actual survivors come in, people who actually felt the full brunt of Katrina. These people, they showed up with nothing, literally no shoes, had lost a wallet or purse gone, or they had lost a family member, you name it, on just a top 50 things that could go wrong in your life. They're all there at one time. Everybody had a story.
It's about 650,000 contiguous square feet end to end. And so we had this enormous, 5 or 6 block long hotel. We estimated at one time we had 50,000 people living here at one time or another during 18 days.
We tried to make it as nice as we possibly could for what we had. We asked Continental Airlines, for instance, to set us up with overnight kits, so people had toothpaste, set up a kitchen where we had provisions for 3 square hot meals. We had WIC there for women with infants. We had daycare set up. We set up a library. We got to the point where we even had school set up. We had school buses lined up outside the front of George R. Brown to take kids to school, x-ray machines, 2 pharmaceuticals. We had dentistry, OBGYN. We essentially set up a company store where you could essentially go down an aisle and pick whatever you wanted. You name it, it was there.
We had an area about half the size of this exhibit hall filled with nothing but the shoes for donations. You know, we had people lined up around the building those first few days trying to donate usable goods for our guests.
People that are working together, that can harness the best resources from county and city, that can pull that together in a time period where it's chaotic at best, when there is no script, there is no game plan, there is no book that can tell you how to do it. That's not bureaucratic to be team-oriented. There was nothing bureaucratic about what Houston did during Katrina. I think that what we should do professionally is give back to our communities. For me, it was a life-changing experience from the standpoint of recognizing that you better live every single day to the fullest and take advantage of the opportunities in life that it's afforded to you, because you don't know what can happen tomorrow. I just hope that something like this never happens again.